Welcome back to Market Minutes with Claire, your local lens on what's really happening in Mississippi Gulf Coast real estate. This is where we navigate the market so that you don't have to. All right, it is May 2025, which means we've got a full month of April market data to unpack. And let me tell you, it's painting a pretty layered picture of what's happening here on the Gulf Coast. Now, April is often when we start to feel that the spring energy really kicks in. More listings hit the market, buyers get a little bit more active, and the whole market starts moving. But this time around, different counties are telling very different stories. So instead of just giving you the big picture snapshot, we're also going to zoom in county by county, Jackson, Harrison, and Hancock, to kind of highlight the unique trends, where the momentum is, and what it all means if you're planning to buy or sell this spring season. Now, let's jump in. We're going to start with the overall Gulf Coast numbers to kind of give us a little bit of context. The average sales price across the region was $276,602. So that's up from last month. Prices are still moving in the right direction for sellers. Our days on market held fairly steady at 76 days, which is a little longer than we were seeing last year, but not unexpected for a balanced market like we're experiencing. One thing of note about the days on market, that only includes homes that have sold and closed. So any expired listings or listings that have been languishing on the market for months and haven't sold yet, they aren't included in this number. It's just something to be aware of. Now, our closed sales for the month of April was 547, which is pretty strong. And that means buyers are still active and deals are still getting done. We had 880 new listings come in the month of April, which rose the total homes for sale to 2,264. Kind of bumped our inventory up to 4.4 months of inventory. That's just above the balanced market line, which is typically like 4 to 6 months. All right, sellers, listen to this. The list to sold price ratio was 99.1%. So that means if you're pricing it right, you're likely to get every dollar that you're asking for. But here's something to really watch. It's now taking an average of 10 showings just to get an offer. So buyers are doing their homework, they're shopping around, they're taking a little bit more time. So your home needs to be able to stand out and be priced right to convert those lookers into offers. All right, so let's dive a little deeper into the market and kick things off with Jackson County because it is having a really solid moment. So the average sales price for Jackson County came in at $264,050, which is a little bit below the overall coastal average, but that's pretty typical for Jackson County. The real story here is in how efficient the market in Jackson County is. So homes in Jackson County are moving quicker than anywhere else on the coast, with just 64 days on the market, which is significantly faster than the regional average. And it's not just the speed. We saw 140 homes close last month and nearly the same number of new listings come on the market for April. So with just 3.9 months of inventory, Jackson County is still leaning a little bit in the seller's favor. And get this, homes there are selling at that 99.1% of their asking price. That's really strong. And even better, it's only taken about 7.5 showings to go under contract. So that's the fewest of any of the 3 counties we're talking about right now. So if you're selling in Jackson County, you're in a good position as long as you price it right and make a strong first impression. All right, so moving on to Harrison County. Let's talk about it just a little bit. So it's kind of the steady eddy of the Gulf Coast market right now. The average sales price there was $278,094 in the month of April. It's right in line with the regional trend. So homes are taking about 72 days to sell. So not lightning fast, but they're not really dragging either. The sales activity was really busy 275 homes in Harrison County closed last month, which is nearly double what we saw in Jackson County. And with 414 new listings and just over 1,000 homes on the market total, Harrison County is sitting at about 4 months of inventory. So that's kind of the textbook balance between the supply and demand. And sellers, if you're in Harrison County, you're going to love this. Homes there sold for 99.5% of the list price, which is the highest ratio on the coast right now. So buyers may be browsing a little bit longer, but when they make an offer, it is strong. It's taking about 9.3 showings in Harrison County for homes to go pending, which tells me that buyers are doing their due diligence, but they're still buying. So again, if your home is priced right, staged well, and in a good location, you are in a great spot right now. All right, and then there is Hancock County. And it's a little bit of a different story this month in Hancock. All right, so the average price there was actually the highest of the three counties, coming in at $311,160,000. So sellers there are aiming high, but it's taking a while to get those homes sold. Days on market in Hancock County was 114. So homes are sitting for almost 4 months before closing. That's a pretty big gap compared to Jackson County's 64 days or even Harrison County's 72 days. And remember, those are the homes that actually sold. So expired listings or listing with higher days on market are not included in this number until that property actually sells. Only 66 homes closed last month, which is much lower than the other two counties. And with 431 homes currently on the market, Hancock County now has 7.1 months of inventory, which puts it clearly into a buyer's market territory. That list to sold price ratio for Hancock County was 96.6%. So sellers are having to negotiate a little bit more to get deals done. And while it's only taking a little over 8 showings on average to go under contract, which isn't bad, it's clear that buyers in Hancock County are either being pickier or there's more pushback on pricing. So if you're a seller in Hancock County, this is the time to really dial in your pricing strategy. Overpricing and waiting it out probably won't work the way it might have a year or two ago. All right, so in the end, what does this mean for you? So here's the big picture. Jackson County is moving the fastest. So if you're buying there, act decisively. If you're selling, you're in a great position, but don't get overconfident. Harrison County, it's balanced, stable, and high performing. Great for both buyers and sellers. And then Hancock County has the higher price points and slower movement. So if you're buying there, you've got some room to negotiate. Sellers, this is your cue to sharpen your listing strategy. For everyone else on the Mississippi Gulf Coast, here's what I'd say for y'all. Homes are still selling. Prices are holding strong, but buyers, they're doing more research. They're taking their time. They're expecting value. So whether you're prepping your home for the market or trying to land your dream house, strategy is everything right now. And there you have it. April is officially in the books, and now we've got all the numbers so we can see exactly where the market stands across the Mississippi Gulf Coast. Some counties are moving faster, some are shifting towards buyers, some are somewhere in the middle. It's kind of clear the strategy matters now more than ever, and this isn't kind of a wait and see market. It's a know your numbers, know your area, and make a smart move kind of market. So if you're thinking about buying, selling, or just trying to figure out like where you fit in with all of this, let's talk. I'll help you put together a game plan that makes sense for you and your timing, your goals, and your local conditions. Because real estate is never one size fits all. If this update helped you, please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications so that you never miss a monthly market breakdown. I'll be back next month with your May update. And until then, stay informed, stay ahead, and stay coastal. Bye.